According to that report, Katrina Kaif and Alia Bhatt has invested in this startup. Welcome back guys. In this video, we're gonna talking about the Indian startups which became unicorn in 2020. So without any further ado, let's get started.
अबे जल्दी बोल, कल सुबह पनवेल निकलना है.
So now I'm in my computer screen and you can see this deck I've made for this video. Indian startups which became unicorn in 2020. So yes, before moving forward, we should know that what is actually a unicorn startup. A unicorn startup is a privately held startup company valued at $1 billion. This term was coined in 2013 by a venture capitalist Alan Lee, choosing the mythical animal to represent the statistical rarity of such successful ventures. So a unicorn startup is a startup or a company which is valued at $1 billion or more. It's very understandable right now. So in this slide, we're going to be comparing India as to its global competitors. So this is a global comparison of unicorn startups worldwide. So you can see in the first block, US is at the top as always. It has 243 unicorn startups. The second spot, we have China as 227 unicorn startups. And now there is a huge drop in number of unicorn startups. In third position, we have India with 38 unicorn startups, and in the fourth, succeeding UK and Germany with 24 and 12 startups which are unicorn respectively. So this is a basic global comparison as to see where India lies in terms of producing unicorn startups. Now we have come back to our topic, that is startups which became unicorn in 2020. So there are plenty of startups. There are in fact 11 startups which became unicorn in 2020 from India. And they are Pine Labs, FirstCry, Nykaa, Postman, Zerodha, Unacademy, Razorpay, Cars24, Zenoti, Daily Hunt and Glance. These are the 11 startups which became unicorn from India. And now let us discuss about the first one. That is Pine Labs. We'll discuss about each one of them in detail. So talking about Pine Labs was initially launched as a card-based payment and loyalty solutions provider. In 2012, it pivoted its business model to a POS payments. So to tell you what POS payments is, POS payments refers to as point of sales payments. Point of sales is actually a place where a customer can execute his transactions for the goods and services which he availed. It can be done either in person or it can be done online through digital transactions. So talking about Pine Labs is also an aggregator in this market, and the founder of Pine Labs is Lockheed Kapoor, and Pine Labs is currently valued at $1.5 billion. The industry which Pine Labs is related to is fintech. It's a blend of finance and technology together. It was founded in 1998 and in January 2020, it became unicorn. They've raised their latest funding from MasterCard in January 2020 itself. So this was about Pine Labs. Now let us move forward and talk about the another unicorn startup. Now we'll talk about FirstCry. It is the second startup which became unicorn in 2020. FirstCry is an e-commerce platform that offers more than 2 lakh baby and kids products from 6,000 brands across categories including diapering, toys, clothes, accessories and etc. So it is well understood in itself that FirstCry is an e-commerce platform for kids for the products such as toys, diapering and other things, other accessories such as clothes. And the founder of FirstCry is Supam Maheshwari. It is currently valued at $1.2 billion. Obviously, you can see the industry here is written e-commerce and it was founded in 2010. I'm just giving a basic information about the startup. I'm not going in depth. Yeah, that was about FirstCry. Now let us move forward. Okay, so another one is Nykaa. Nykaa was started as an e-commerce platform for beauty and wellness products, which has now entered into offline stores. And the founder of Nykaa, you must be knowing that she's Falguni Nayar. It is currently valued again at $1.2 billion. The industry is again e-commerce. It was founded in 2012. And recently there was a report. According to that report, Katrina Kaif and Alia Bhatt has invested in this startup. This was all about Nykaa. So this is one of my favorite startups, Postman. I'll explain you a bit in detail what actually Postman is and what actually it does, though it is complicated for newbies out there. Postman is a collaboration platform for API development. It helps coders to test run their APIs and subsequently modify them without having to create their separate code for testing them.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
It might sound a little complex to you, but I'll simplify it. The valuation of Postman as of now is $2 billion, and the industry it is related to is SaaS. SaaS is actually software as a service. So to understand this, first of all, you need to understand what an API is. API stands for Application Programming Interface. To give you an idea of what an API is, I'll not explain this in detail, but I'll give a little idea of what it is. So to understand APIs, let's take an example. Let's suppose you live in Mumbai and you want to go to Goa in your holiday. You want to have your vacation, right? So you want to go Goa. So what you'll do? You'll book your flight ticket or train ticket, anything. Let's suppose here we are taking an example of booking a flight ticket. So you are booking a flight ticket through a third-party application. Let's say Paytm. If you see in the screen, these are the third-party applications which I am making. So first one is, let's say, Paytm. The second one is ixigo, and the third one is booking.com. So these are the three third-party applications which you will reach to book your flight ticket. I have to write here Paytm. Then you have ixigo, and after ixigo you have booking.com. Now what happens? They need to communicate to the companies which are providing air facilities. So let's divide it into three parts. Let's say first one is Vistara. I'm making the box. Okay, so first one is Vistara, second one is SpiceJet, and let's suppose third one is Indigo. Okay, Indigo. So yep, the first one is Vistara, the most expensive one. SpiceJet, we have SpiceJet, and then we have Indigo. This is just an example. Let's say you are going with Paytm. There's a boy. Let's suppose you are watching this video. Your name is Binod. Okay. I'm not good at drawing, so bear me for this. You reach out to Paytm and you say, I want to go to Goa through SpiceJet. So you are availing flight services of SpiceJet. Book your ticket in SpiceJet. Now what happens is that Paytm will go to SpiceJet. Now there is a communication between these two companies. Paytm will go to SpiceJet and say, hey man, give me a ticket for Binod. He wants to take a seat on your flight on this particular date. So now what happens? Another channel of communication builds. Now SpiceJet says to Paytm this, yes man, I have booked the ticket for Binod. So this is a two-way communication channel where both of these companies are communicating through each other. So how they are communicating? Actually the communication, there should be something for the communication, right? Suppose I'm communicating to you right now. I'm communicating through a server, YouTube server. You could hear me through the server. I've uploaded this video on YouTube and now you are seeing this. So this is what's happening right now. There is a communication channel within it, and that communication channel is YouTube. So similarly, here also we need a communication channel, and that channel is called as API. application programming interface. And this is what through which the system of both the companies interact with each other. The system of Paytm, the server of Paytm, will be interacting with the system of SpiceJet through APIs. So this is what I've explained you API in a very layman language, in a very simple language, and this is what API is. So now that you have understood that what an API is, it would be very easier to understand this whole thing what Postman services are. So Postman services a software to the developers who want to test their API. And this is how the business model works. They are a B2B business. And Abhinav Asthana is the founder of Postman, whom you can see in the very left in the image. So this was all about Postman. So this was the part 1 of this video, and another video will come as part 2, wherein we'll be discussing about the other startups which are left. So yeah, that's all for the video. Thank you guys. Thank you for your patience. If you liked our content, do consider subscribing us.